definite loops. A definite loop executes a definite number of times. For example, at the time of Python starts to loop, it knows exactly how many iterations to do. This is the reason why we call it a definite loop. So the syntax goes like this for variable in a sequence, and the rest is the body of the for that will be repeated. So at the beginning and end of the body are indicated by indentation. That's Python syntax, right? So anything that is indented after the for loop is the body of the loop. So the variable after the for is called loop index. It takes on each successive value in the sequence. So we can use any, this is a name, it's an identifier, we can use anything we want. It generally a lot of times we use I for index. Often the sequence portion consists of a list of values. So it could be an ordered list, an unordered list. So a list is a sequence of expressions in a square brackets. So we haven't learned about list, but we'll have to know just enough to understand the for loop. So examples for I in, and this is a list, right? It's a sequence which has 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I will take in each of those values as we move on through the loop. If you print I in each loop, it will be 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so here's an example, another sequence, which is 1, 3, 5, and 7. So, and then our variable odd here is not I, so we can actually use any name we want. So the body of the loop says basically odd times odd. So in the first pass, since 1 will be assigned to odd, 1 times 1 is 1. In the second pass, 3 will be assigned to odd, and then 3 times 3 is 9. In the next pass, 5 will be assigned to odd, so 5 times 5 is 25. And the final pass, 7 will be assigned to odd, and then odd times odd will be 49. Okay, so remember the chaos.py. So instead of having a list, we have a range. So what does range 10 do? So range 10 actually creates a list. It creates a sequence from 0 to 10, but not that it doesn't include 10. It's actually 10 values, but they start from 0. So range is a built-in Python function that generates a sequence of numbers starting with 0. All right. Okay, in this case, the body of the loop executes 10 times. Okay, so for loop alters the program flow so that they are referred to as control structures. And it looks like this. So at the beginning of the loop, we check whether there are any more items in the sequence or not. If the answer is yes, we assign the one of the values from the sequence to variable, the index, and we execute the body. Then we come back, check whether we have more items in the sequence. If the answer is no, we're gonna pass the entire body and move on with the code. Okay, so let's see a couple of examples before we move on to do our final example.